Well, this really is the fixture of all fixtures in Italian football. The game that means everything, the game that is everything. Don't even pretend to know what happens next. It is time to abandon all reason, to forget form, just to lose yourself in the hour or two of this mayhem between the two Milan sides, and whatever will be at the end of it all. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a... Tries a shot! Goal! Milan! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
He's having a go!
Oh, it's die-hard defence, and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Stefan de Vrij, tidy with his distribution. Oh, played through for the wide man. Correa stood his ground strongly. Damian. Calhanoglu. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pulisic.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Damian did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez! And that is expertly dealt with. And it's Damian. Now it's Calhanoglu. No way through, so back it comes. He's got the shot away! This time, surely! That's another chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Hernandez gets it away. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
Mkhitaryan never really looked sure of what he was doing, and by holding on to it for so long, he duly lost it.
And that has left him in a heap. Oh, that is a nice touch. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Bisek. Inter Milan are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. That's headed upfield. Pulisic. Kane put it away! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, that's a fine interception. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Mkhitaryan. 15 minutes till half-time. Milan applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because...
Oh, shooting chance! Yes, it's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Loftus-Cheek. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Mkhitaryan. Loftus-Cheek. And it's Mkhitaryan. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Loftus-Cheek.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Bisek cuts it out. Motta. Bisek. Has a goal! Goal! Milan! Into the lead once more.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
And yes, it's him again. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Motta.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Passing nice and neat. Thuram is fouled. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Perhaps the final... Çalhanoğlu! Oh, how's that for a goal? He's got himself an absolute peach. And the referee brings the first half to a close. And it has been a pretty crazy game so far. A game played out in extraordinary fashion, and the scoreline underlines that. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this. But it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. Inter Milan get the second half started. Ooh, perfectly measured that. Di Gennaro will lay claim to that. Çalhanoğlu. Thuram. Correa. Great work on the overlap. Chow attempts a clearance. Çalhanoğlu! Oh, and one more try! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Gets his pass away. Barella. Well read, and the danger is averted.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And it's Loftus-Cheek. Pulisic, who's set up 1 goal so far. Stefan de Vrij. Mkhitaryan. Correa. It's Thuram. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Lobbed in behind, brilliantly cut out. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Çalhanoğlu has found the net here, of course.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Rafael Leao. Çalhanoğlu. And it's Correa.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Motta. Played it early. Now it's Thuram. And the shot! Goal! Inter! And the comeback is complete!
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Inter Milan go into the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Now it's Rafael Leao.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now, who's going to be first to this? Motta. Taremi. Looking for the runner. Always onto this.
Inter surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now then, the ball's left cheek! So close to drawing level.
Makes you think, Peter, they could have been doing this earlier. Still, it's encouraging.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Inter Milan making another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Passing is crisp and sharp. He's got to be in here! Now the finish! And that is one way to get his defending done. Little doubt who they'll be aiming at here.
Yeah, whether it's knockdowns or headers, you'll know he'll fight for it.
Inter Milan have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. He's through here. Great chance! They've scored! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So the lead now is 2.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Oh, super find. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And the finish! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
There's the hit! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. And the number on the board is 3. Mkhitaryan. Barella. That looks a cracking ball. AC Milan could counter here. That's that, the end. Inter Milan have done it with iron, with pragmatism. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And the crowd here in Guadalajara, known for being hot and passionate, and that is precisely how it feels here in Guadalajara. The action has already started, and the pass is intercepted. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
The Portuguese do have a penchant for producing great wingers, Peter, and this fella, Rafael Leao, is another really good example. He likes to play down the middle, or he'll go to the left-hand side, wherever he can kind of get his run started. Once he finds that little bit of space, then it's all about using his pace and trickery, and he'll give any defence lots of problems.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Now it's Weghorst. Walker promptly onto that, and that is that. Rafael Leao. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Pulisic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Brobbey.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes, hopefully.
He's had it! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead!
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Milan have broken through, it's 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Jordan Henderson, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And the finish! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Wijndal. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Jordan Henderson. The less said about that pass, the better. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. That's been intercepted. Good running, strong and purposeful. That's really well manoeuvred. Chow. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Spread neatly. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Milan applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often.
Rafael Leao! Oh, good ball, shots on here. Shapes to shoot! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And we have our very first corner. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. Played back in.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the...
He's got the shot away! Chance again. No,
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Jordan Henderson.
Ajax truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
He's looking to set... Can he put it away? He's done very well to get to that.
Jordan Henderson really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Berghaus with the short one. Milan have the chance to go the other way. And it's Henderson, nicely spread. Can he latch on to this?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Robbie showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Rafael Leao. Brilliantly cut out. It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
And it's half-time here.
The own goal was symptomatic of their first half performance. They're not at it.
Señoras y señores, les informamos que solamente se permite fumar en las áreas designadas para tal caso.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, this half might require them to produce a plan A, B and C. Levelling the score is easier said than done, but that will be the target. Get back on terms and then use that momentum to go again.
Good pressure, determined, intense. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. The fullback is in acres of space here. He's shifting through the terrific header. Really well taken goal. And the second half is off to a flyer. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Ajax get themselves back into contention.
Well, I think they probably needed an early goal in this half just to give them the confidence and belief to push on.
Berghaus! Just off target. Ajax have their second corner now. Tries a shot! Oh no, what has happened here? That is a brilliant interception.
Well, that'll certainly improve their mood. All the talking, both tactical and motivational, in that half-time dressing room seems to have paid off for the moment, at least.
He's having a go! Too close for comfort. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, shooting chance! And yes, it's there! And with that goal comes comfort. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
La cantidad de espectadores de este partido.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Look, it's a whole different ball game now, Peter, and it's a test of how they manage affairs from here.
That has been cut short. Rafael Leao. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Tomori engages and forces him off the ball. Ajax needed that, they really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
He rises! Caught offside that time. Rafael Leao. Berghaus looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Weghorst. Pulisic could move up a gear here. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Se está realizando un cambio.
Always going over the top.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Well, that's surely a foul, free kick. No foul, says the referee. Rafael Leao.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Berghaus. Pulisic. Oh, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Driving forward. Weghorst. He's played it back. He's got space in the air. Chance! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Ajax have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. And it's Loftus-Cheek. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That pass has been well intercepted. Now it's Berghaus. Weghorst. Kyle Walker. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Pulisic. Berghaus.
Se van a jugar 4 minutos de compensación.
Tomori. And he's had it nicked away. Oh, nicely intercepted. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. He's in plenty of space here. Weghorst! And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. The incredibly futuristic arena MRV, definitely one of the most aesthetically pleasing, distinctive arenas anywhere in the world. And as you can see, we've already started. Tries a shot! Goal, Milan! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, that defence is perplexed by the fact they've allowed him the space.
Great hit! They've done it! 2-0 and in next to no time.
Barcelona really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Pulisic. Loftus-Cheek. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Can he latch on to this? Gavi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
Dani Olmo. Interesting ball.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Now he's off and running. A disastrous start. 2 down in next to no time. That has been slung wide. He is through here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Rafael Leao.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Back into the middle. Dani Olmo. Walker attempts a clearance. Rafael Leao.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Casado. That has been cut short. Rafael Leao. Dani Olmo. Casado. Martinez. Has a goal! That is decidedly lacking. Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao tries looking up for options on the left.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped. This is the time you need that pace.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Pulisic. Can he put it away? Straight at the keeper.
Well, that looked very much like a case of stage fright. His job is to steer clear of the keeper.
Pulisic. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. No, again, there's no way through. Shot could be on. And shot!
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put...
Rafael Leao! Loose ball now, and there's a check. Oh, what has happened here? Now there's a fine ball. He's free. Great chance! And it's there! And surely that settles it. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, to his credit, he managed to ghost into space to finish things off, but the failure to spot him was ghastly defence.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Loftus-Cheek. Oh, nice touch. Pulisic. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he is going into that little black book. So what can they conjure from this one? This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Oh, it's a stunning goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless.
Shot a goal! Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It has been a half throughout which they have carved through the opposition almost at will, ripping things up big time here.
Senhoras e senhores, só é permitido beber nas áreas indicadas no mapa. Agradecemos a colaboração. Substituição em andamento.
Here we go again then. Barcelona come out for this second half with a different lineup. The manager has made a big call here.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Loftus-Cheek. Barcelona come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Loftus-Cheek. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now, who's going to be first to this? Played right into his path. He's had a hit! And it's in! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Martinez. More and more pressure on the ball here. Oh, just skips past his man. Chance to shoot! Oh, taken with style. How many? Just how many? The golf in class is vast.
Yeah, it has become ugly for one, but the other is still delivering beauty. Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And it's Lewandowski. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Well, that has not gone well. Loftus-Cheek. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's got full. Goal! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them. Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Pulisic. Passes short and sharp. And he's chosen to go back. Yamal. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That's a throw. Balde. Now Martinez. Oh no, this does not look good. He's picked his way through. Lovely bit of skill. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Walker makes the interception. And it's Loftus-Cheek. Great ball, and he's in here. Now the finish! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
That's good running with the ball. Loftus-Cheek! Lovely ball and a real chance now. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pulisic. He's shifting through the gears here. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. De Jong. Lewandowski. Dani Olmo. Loftus-Cheek. De Jong. Defending was strong and firm. Xiao. And it's Loftus-Cheek. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Now that's well seen too. Loftus-Cheek. Rafael Leao. And he's had a hit. Oh, impressive strike. De Jong. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that is as far as it goes. Barcelona have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter,
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Ronaldinho! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Oh, good-looking ball. Mbappe. Oh, easy pickings there. Beckenbauer kept his eye on it, and he's there. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Malaysia with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. And it's Jorginho. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. No, he's not getting any further than that. Stoichkov charging forward, the ball at his feet.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Koundé. And that's too far for anyone.
Well, you know, Peter, the brains of this particular team's operation is Pep Guardiola, someone who can dictate the tempo, and his appreciation of the game is a step above most.
Yeah, he's a thinking man's footballer, isn't he?
Indeed, and I'm really looking forward to watching him.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Pass is just off target. Mbappe! Beckenbauer makes the interception. Haaland. Neatly clipped into space. Odegaard. Hernandez. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Pedri. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Malaysia are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Pedri. Beckham. Now it's Haaland. Odegaard. Rummenigge. De Bruyne. Costa Curta. And the pass is intercepted. Odegaard. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Now he's off and running. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. And that's really well manoeuvred. And well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Jorginho. De Bruyne. Jorginho. Rummenigge. Mbappe. Chance!
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Malaysia have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Haaland was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Played towards the other side. Hernandez. Odegaard. Ronaldinho did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, that's fabulous. Crossed in.
Well played and well cleared.
It's their second corner of the game. Costa Curta clears it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that has put paid to that. Beckenbauer. And Hernandez. Jorginho is always looking to break lines. Fiddles it through. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Not the most accurate pass. Rummenigge. Now it's Mbappe. That is good strength. Koundé.
There will be
Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. And the finish! No mistake! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Malaysia ahead 2-0, and they are looking good.
Substitutions taking place.
Here we go again then. Oh, no joy this time. Hernandez. Guardiola takes control of it and he's on the move. He slid in and that has raised the temperature on the touchline. Haaland. And he's there to retrieve it. And Stoichkov! It's in! And the second half is off to a flyer! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they probably needed an early goal in this half just to give them the confidence and belief to push on. And
Stoichkov! It's off target and by quite a way.
well, we were anticipating this. They're very much set up for the counter-attack, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Beckham is the guilty party there. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there.
He has found the way through.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
De Bruyne. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Rummenigge.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And it's Stoichkov. That's a shade optimistic.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky...
And the shot! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial. Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there. It's Drogba! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Costa Curta. Rummenigge. Rummenigge. De Bruyne. Odegaard. Oh, good. Mbappe! That's really well cleared. And it's Jorginho. Hernandez. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Now Costa Curta. That has been cut short. Jorginho. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Stoichkov. Always onto this. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Substitution on the field, number 7, De Bruyne. Coming on the field is number 10, Bergkamp.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Hernandez. Bernardo Silva. That was always going to be the keepers. Koundé looking to run onto it. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Bergkamp. And he's picked out the run. And he's running through. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Now it's Maradona. Adams cuts it out.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. And things like that aren't meant to happen to players like him, but it has, and he's going to have to deal with it.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Mbappe.
4 added minutes.
Tries to get it clear. Mbappe. Delivery from Mbappe. Well, some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
No, it's not getting there. Costa Curta. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Messi. And there goes the final whistle. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established.